Okay. Hey everyone!
Hello! After a long absence, we are back with the Asian Grab Bag Reviews. And this is episode number 8.
Yes.
And as we ascertained last time, since I got to go twice, 2 times in a row, and it's been so long, do you really know or care? It's Megan's turn to go first.
Yeah, this is my second
time to get to go first. No scissors, paper, rock today.
No. Okay, let's give it a good
Which I wanted. Sip of coffee.
Ooh, we have our point.
Oh yeah! Brilliant film.
You know what? I can't even remember why we watched this. I know it could have been a Blockbuster rental, but I know that when we saw it, I was so enthusiastic about it, we both were, that it was an immediate, gotta go out and get it.
Yeah, I want to say that it was a Blockbuster rental, and we had seen it as a trailer on one of the other Asia Extreme films
could
we've
have
seen.
been the case.
Yeah. And it looked really good, because I remember the trailer, you know, that's all, you know, it was really cool. Yeah, it was the trailer we saw.
Yeah. It's basically, you always do the descriptions.
Basically. Can I hold it?
No.
Oh, gee, I get to hold the film. I get to hold the camera. The camera. Sorry, I'm not used to doing these. It's been so long. Our point. The plot in a nutshell is a South Korean patrol gets lost in this bit of Vietnamese country.
Yeah.
And
a rescue team, I guess.
Yeah, they get together another Korean military team to go after them. And it's a little bit hanky.
A little bit.
Yeah. So they're having to get volunteers to go do this mission. They get there, and from the minute they land, things go strange.
Yeah, let's just say that when they get there, nothing is as it seems.
Exactly.
But we already know, because we don't give away spoilers, but
no.
You know, the trailer ascertains that it is a horror film.
Yeah.
So basically, I think they even tell in the trailer that when they get there,
they come up with an extra.
Yeah, an extra member. But there's ghosts basically in this.
Yeah.
This place, and it's hard to ascertain who's a ghost and who isn't.
And who isn't? Yeah, it's really fantastic. There's one point where they first get on their island, they find this big rock, and they're looking at it. And it's got this inscription on it.
And to reveal the rest of it, they pee on it.
Yeah. Talk about bad karma and bad juju.
Bad juju.
Yeah. It's like, I got this rock with this cryptic warning. I'm just going to piss all over it. But there you go.
And it
basically says anybody who has bloods.
Oh God! Can you tell we're out of practice?
Very out of practice.
Anyone with blood on their hands will basically die.
Yeah, they're not going to come back alive.
No.
It's fantastic. It's the first time we had ever seen a military horror film.
Yeah, true. And it it's a combination that works incredibly well, as is ascertained by this film.
And I know we were talking about Guard Post on one of the other videos.
Yeah, but we actually saw this first.
And I can honestly say the only people I know of that can do military horror are the Korean filmmakers. I don't remember seeing it anyplace else.
No, well there is one with the guy from Billy Elliot. It's an English one. It has Billy Elliot in it and the dude who plays Gollum. Yeah, that's quite good as well, I think.
That is very good.
But no, this is absolutely fantastic. And I remember, like I said, it's in the trailer. You know, one of the famous bits in the movie is they're talking about, they discover one of their teammates dead, and they're all freaking out, and they call back to the headquarters or whatever, and they're saying, look, there's something really weird going on here, so-and-so died, and they're like, who are you talking about? And all I remember is at one point they go, what do you mean there's 6 of you? Only 5 of you left, or whatever of you left the island.
What do you mean there's 13 of you? There's only ever been 12.
Yeah, well whatever. The number of the point being that there's 1 less than there is.
And it's really, basically, it's really good. There were more than 6 people. It's brilliant. This is on a must-see. If you see nothing else, watch this film.
Yeah.
Just
for the idea of it.
And the one thing I want to mention is this was done on a shoestring budget. They had no money at all, and this film looks great.
Agreed.
And it also could win the award for bad American acting as well. But I won't go into that.
No, don't, because it really is abysmal.
Yeah, we will leave it at that. My turn at the back.
I've got cramp in my back.
Ow. It's getting harder, because the bag's getting smaller, it's getting harder to just like grab random things. Oh, pulse.
Yay!
Pulse. This is one
that wasn't sarcasm, by the way. I realized boy.
This was another blockbuster film.
It was.
It was another blockbuster film. At that point, I think I had joined Blockbuster Cinema Club or whatever it's called, and they were sending me videos.
I really
or
can't
DVDs,
remember.
and you get so many per week. And at that point, for a reasonable price, I was getting about 5 a week. And this was one of them that came in. Again, we'd seen a preview to it on another Asian Extreme film, and it was really, really good.
I think what I like about it the most, because talking about it in a synopsis kind of way, I think it's going to be actually quite hard.
It is going to be very hard.
Because it's quite, I don't want to say convoluted, it just deals with a lot of different themes in a lot of different ways, but I like the fact that, you know, it's sort of, well, this is what I got from it anyway, that it talks about modern culture and this kind of lack of physical communication that people are having, as well as the idea, and they're telling it through this idea of ghosts entering our plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting
It
look.
was, yeah.
Or take, should I say.
To try and give in a nutshell the basic plot, this came out about the time the internet was getting a lot more common in households, especially in Japan. And people were doing a lot more home computers. And I think the original idea of the filmmakers was trying to say that people were becoming more disconnected from each other, and yet they were giving some sort of avenue for these ghosts to come in.
And that's basically the premise, really.
Yeah, and I can't tell you more about it, except that red tape has never been so scary.
Yeah.
And seeing a woman walk in a staggery sort of run has never been more terrifying.
I think what this film does really well is it, like The Ring, or Ringu, sorry, is that it really gets under your skin with the creepiest, most perfectly executed visuals. Like everything is so small. The things that creep you out are very small. They're not exaggerated or overblown or dramatic. But they're done so expertly that you can't help but be scared. And you can't help but let it get under your skin.
Yeah.
There's a bit where a girl sees someone jump off a building.
I was just going to mention that,
And it doesn't look fake. It's the most disturbing thing you've seen because it was executed so well. And I think that's what Pulse is it's not this huge overblown thing. It's very simple, but it's done so well. And that is what Pulse is to me.
Yeah, and it's, in a nutshell, which is my favorite phrase for tonight, I'm going to say it as many times as possible, it is brilliantly executed.
Yeah.
And it's another one of those, it's a must-see. And
it's a classic.
Yeah, it is. And don't take my word for it, but don't bother looking at the remake. It doesn't have
Oh God, please don't.
any of what this film brought to the table. It's just, it was rubbish.
Awful.
It's the
Right.
second one.
Next.
I've done a sip of coffee.
The little wooden boy. Next. Oh, I'm losing my ring. Wait.
That's all here. Yeah.
Sorry.
There you go.
Wait a minute. We talked about this one.
Was this one that we talked about that...
No, we've definitely talked about this one before.
Yes, we have, I think. I'll have to look at the other.
Dud! Next!
Take two.
Ah, good one. Epitaph.
Ooh,
to talk
yeah.
about, I mean. This is a recent purchase.
Yes.
Because I saw a trailer when I was living alone. I don't know what turned me onto this trailer, but I saw it, and if anyone has seen it, it is the scariest thing I've ever seen. I could not sleep that night. I'm not going to go into it. Just watch the Epitaph trailer and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
And I was immediately drawn to it, and I thought, I've got to see this, and I kept nagging you about it, and then you were like, actually, yeah, go on, we'll have a look for it, and you ordered the DVD.
Yeah.
Now we have it, and now we're talking about it.
Yes, we are. This is really, again, it's a Korean film, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't got my glasses on, so I have no idea. I'm looking at this and it's all just squiggle on the back of the page.
That's fine.
Back of the page, back of the box. It's a Korean film, again. It's really brilliant. It's, I know they likened it to another film.
Two Sisters.
It's...
I think you'll praise it a lot more than me, but we'll see.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There are some bits in it that are really, really scary. But what the basic plot is, in a nutshell... Sorry.
I think it's funny.
Because I said nutshell about 50 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. I said it's
I listen.
I'm going to do it all the time. It's about a doctor who finds out that a hospital is closing. And this particular hospital was where he learned to be a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and as he goes back to visit the place, he has all these memories of what happened while he was there. And that's the premise in the opening of the film. The major characters are about 5 in all.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any point going into any
No, I'm not
sort of
going
great
to go into
detail,
huge detail.
but there are just a lot of, there are a lot of characters in there that they're all there for different reasons, they all experience different things for different reasons, and it's very much a, if it didn't have an overarching theme that is the hospital, it would be like a series of short films.
Yeah.
It's just that the location is similar. That's the way I saw it anyway.
And it is really, really good. And it is sort of similar to Tale of Two Sisters. Excuse me.
Yeah.
As in, at the end, you're actually very, very surprised to find out who the bad guy or the killer was, I guess. But it's easy to lose the train of the progress of the film.
See, that was my main problem with it.
Yeah.
Was that if you're making a movie and you're going to put it in the realm of another very successful movie, you've got to be able to bring something new to the table so that you can be in the same league.
Yeah.
But you can separate yourself. You can bring something new to the table, as I just said. And Epitaph quite boldly and obviously says, we're in the same realm as A Tale of Two Sisters, but it doesn't offer even half of the intelligence that Tale of Two Sisters does. I feel like this was almost like an attempt at reaching Kim Ji-woon's brilliance.
Yeah.
But it so fell short. I think the only section in it that was really endearing for me was the little girl's story and the one who falls in love with the dead girl.
Yeah.
Those were the only people that really had a potential, their stories to evolve in that way.
Yeah.
But the rest of it at the end, it felt like, we're going to surprise you, punch.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, sorry, there's no impact there. You completely missed the mark.
Yeah. They tried very hard, they came very close. And don't get me wrong, it's an enjoyable film.
Oh, yeah. But
and there are bits of it that really are very scary, are very creepy. There are a couple of twists in there.
A lot of twists.
But, again, it's not as clever.
No. And I just remembered even the music. Are you okay?
Again, yeah, sorry. My coffee's trying to go back up.
Even the, I completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Even the music.
Yeah, it's very
was
reminiscent.
identical.
Yeah.
There was a track. And I used to remember what it is now. It's something like Cold Hands, I think. It was done by Byung-woo Lee. Again, one of my favourite scores. I would know it if I was playing 5 miles away. I watched this movie and at the end there was a track that was almost identical. And I thought, is this a loving homage or is this a shameless copy?
Yeah.
And
And if I remember correctly, didn't we also notice the sets were the same colors?
it was all even the visuals were very reminiscent of Tale of Two Sisters. Like I said, it was, it was very obvious that was what inspired it, but it's like, it felt more like perhaps it was trying to capitalise on A Tale of Two Sisters as a...
Yeah, they were trying to be a Kim Ji-woon film without Kim Ji-woon.
Yeah, and it just didn't really work. But it's a good horror.
It is good.
There are some great aspects of it, but as a continuing, as a complete project, I think it lacks.
Yeah.
Lacks cohesion.
Yeah.
That's what I
It
think.
tries to be more clever than it's actually able to be. So, we've looked at 3 films tonight, and I can honestly say that these first 2, Our Point and Pulse, are definite, on the list of films you got to see before you shuffle off this mortal coil. These 2 are in that list.
Yes.
That's a jolly good film,
Yeah,
but not necessarily a must-see.
and if you're a fan of A Tale of Two Sisters, rabid like me, then you might just have the same reaction I did, which was a bit like, that's not okay.
Sorry, that's
So-
Kim Ji-woon without him.
Yeah, it's worth a watch,
Yeah, it was good.
but it's not, I wouldn't put it in the realm of the most amazing.
And I was like, is that actually Japanese or is that,
No, it's
Korean or is that Chinese? It's Korean.
It is great.
Right.
Oh, and just a word you mentioned that this little girl here was the girl in Fox Family, the very young kids.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people who likes to spot things out like
You'll
that.
recognize her, yeah.
And that's it.
Excellent. That's it for us this week. Thank you for your patience in waiting so long, and we'll try not to be as long
Next time.
next time. So until then, bye.
Bye.